Hey, I'm Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries, and today I will be covering the air sign elements as far as July 2022. Now, if you come here after that time frame, just know that there is a message for you. But if you don't see that there is a message for you, don't worry about it. A message will come for you, okay? It may not be from me. It may be from another reader, or, you know, just signs and synchronicities, how they work. You'll get the messages that you need, especially when you're open to that, okay? As far as booking a personal reading, getting an energy healing session, you can all get that information in the description box below. As far as booking a service, you'll be going to my website. That's the only place where I do my bookings is InAlignmentMinistries.com. Okay. Also, just to let you know, I do have merchandise available. Like I have t-shirts I just recently designed. Check those out on my website as well. And I do have manifestation oils. I have my I Am Abundance Elixir, my InAlignment Attraction Oil, and my Bless Home anointing oil that you can use, of course, for protection or whatnot for your properties. But you can find all that information again down in the description box, okay? So now I want to do a reading for Aquarius, okay? Aquarius, I'm going to tap into your energy, do my prayer, of course, and have the crowning energy through the Barberi Zodiac Oracle, okay? All right. Okay, so I immediately heard to know. Your affirmation is about I know. So you really want to have more control over what you know and how that influences your life. So say, for instance, if you know that true happiness is available to you, or you actually have the opportunity to have a more fulfilling life, you want to experience that so you can know that you know that you know that that is possible. You don't want to hear fairy tales. You don't want to hear stories. You don't want to hear from everyone else. You want to know, okay? So that's what I'm getting from your energy for this month in July. If you hear tapping, I know it probably seems like every time I'm doing a reading, there's a noise. But my little one is playing video games, okay? He wants to be near his mama and play games. So just bear with it. Let's see. Okay. So Leo wanted to crown your reading, okay? Leo is I will. Remember I said you wanted to have that certain control to be able to do what you dream of or what you imagine, like you want it to be in your lifetime. You want to experience it. Happiness, fulfillment, career goals, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to embark on or what you're working on, you want to see the manifestation of that, okay? And I'm just going to touch the card. If some of you already know this about me, how I do my readings, I like to touch my cards. Sometimes that energy, I hear messages that way, okay? And when I touched the card, the Leo card, I heard beautiful. Structure. Goal. Intuitive or intuition. I heard both. I heard justice, and I heard favor, okay? Some of you may feel like you've been wronged, and you may not have reacted to it, you know what I mean? And if you have, you felt justified, and if you haven't, you feel like you deserve justice, okay? So what we're going to do now is look into the overall strengths as far as your energy in July. hope all of y'all are doing well at this time. And I heard crisis. Some of you may have experienced a health crisis or a health scare or a financial crisis, relationship crisis, something that was really significant or impactful to the point where it affected everything. It was like a domino effect, okay? So let me show you another stream. Let's see. So you are the opposite of what some of the readings I've been coming across. Excuse me, patience in the waiting game has come up as far as a challenge for a lot of signs, zodiac signs. So you guys are actually getting the pot as a positive. Okay. So the first card I have is patience. Okay. As far as a positive or, you know, yeah, positive in your life. The waiting game. Solitude. Some of you have retreated from situations just to get your ish together. That's what I'm hearing. And moving on. So some of you have disconnected from relationships. I'm getting, I heard Scorpio. And I'm also getting possibly a fire sign that you're no longer entangled with or in a relationship with. That has actually served you. So that was actually a plus for you. Because energetically, this person was like not on the same page with you. Okay. Let me clarify that moving on. Like you honored yourself in this situation as far as like separating. I heard 3 months. So you may have been in a relationship for 3 months. It may have been 3 months since that relationship ended. Okay. When I clarified moving on, the Magician and the Rider-Waite came out. You may have been dealing with an air sign or like Gemini or Virgo, an earth sign. They're ruled by Mercury. This person may have been very manipulative. They may have explored their options. They weren't really committed to the relationship. And some of you, I'm seeing that you're moving on and exploring your options. So 7 of Cups. You're realizing your worth, okay? Right, remember I was speaking on justice, okay? Some of you are seeking that justice, or you know that justice will be served on your behalf in the sense that you're seeking your own justice. So the way you're seeking your own justice is by walking away and moving on from things that don't serve you. Simply put. Okay? Okay, what are you waiting on? Okay, so again, I really feel like you was in discontentment at a certain point in time. You know, you experienced some form of loss, okay? You may have dealt with an earth sign, like a Capricorn energy, okay? Or it was a karmic situation, like a karmic relationship, okay? Where it was very toxic. It was very unhealthy. Like, how can I say? It was very sensual, right? It was very pleasurable, but it was like toxic. Okay. And another 5. So 5 of Pentacles. And you're gonna have the strength to persevere. Like, you may be going through your mourning right now, or kind of looking at the situation like, dang, like this is messed up. You know what I mean? But this is the Strength card, Leo energy again. You're moving forward. You're working on bettering yourself. You may actually be going back to school or working on your craft. You know what I mean? Like you putting your energy somewhere else. So it's not just thinking about that person, that situation. You're focusing on something a little bit more positive, okay? You may be doing some inner work. Some of you, I heard masters. Some of you may be going back to school and completing your masters. Okay? And you're positively moving forward. Or you may be dealing with, again, a water sign, a Cancer. Okay? And as you do this, you pivot your perspective or shift your focus. You're going through that process of changing that. Changing how you view relationships, changing how you view your circumstances. You know what I'm saying? You're releasing things that you're realizing that are not working in your favor. You're surrendering to the process, okay? And the process is you saying, you know what? As much as it felt good, it was unhealthy. You know, some things we do that may be energetically harmful or physically harmful, there's pleasure tied to it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing it. You know, whether it's addictions, habits, whatever the case may be, we do it for a reason. It's not just because we're just doing it for the sake of, you know, we're getting some form of satisfaction or chemical release that is indicating a form of comfort or pleasure or thrill. You know, it's something chemically or emotionally triggering us to feel a certain way, and we're just getting high off of that feeling, whether it's positive or negative. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the challenges. Remember earlier I had mentioned Virgo or Gemini. This person may be one of those elements or have it somewhere in their chart, or the communication is toxic. And they're coming up as a challenge from you to let go. So you may have like an attachment, like an energetic attachment to this person. What are the challenges for? Okay. So again, that awareness, like you know that certain things aren't good for you, but you still desire them. And you are wanting the courage to move on from those things and like not even look back, just keep moving forward. And some of you may have challenges of doing this, you know what I mean, as far as making your progress in life, even away from this relationship or situation that may be deemed as toxic. And temptation is like a double energy, so it's repeating basically what I clarified, that you're moving on from a certain situation or relationship that was karmic or toxic, or, you know, whether it's an addiction or whatever it is, it's just there's a little struggle to it. But you know that the I am, the affirmation, I know, you know you need to move from this. You know. You're having some challenges with your intuition, okay? Trusting yourself, trusting that what was revealed to you is what it is, and accepting that. You know, sometimes we can know that a person may not be good for us, but actually accepting it can be a challenge. Because I said this in Libra reading previously, that sometimes we may see a glimpse of a person's goodness or their potential or what they could be, and we're like giving hope to that versus accepting what they are right then and there and moving away from that until they get themselves together, or just indefinitely. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you cave in at times. I'm getting some of you cave into the desires of I'm hearing your heart, but to the desires of that temptation as far as that person. Or some of you are abstaining from certain things, or addictive behaviors or habits. You're getting the necessary help that you need, but there's a weakness there. And so that Leo energy makes sense as far as having the, even though they operate from their heart space, I'm seeing the solar plexus and the sacral highlighted as well. Like I said, Leo, governs the heart, but with the solar plexus, it's about your willpower, your control over yourself versus others, your boundaries, your belief systems, your thoughts. If you have an issue with being a perfectionist, like OCD or whatever, that can affect you in your solar plexus. Being overly critical of yourself, okay? And I want to look at with the heart, because I like to look at my chart. So again, when I was telling you about feeling lost, you actually feel that in your heart space when you go through those different disconnections in relationships, that you feel the impact not only down here, you feel it here. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you stop communicating with that individual, or you no longer are associated or affiliated with certain people, and you may be lonely at times, you know what I'm saying, because they were kind of like a filler, you know what I mean? And here, memories of love. As I'm saying this, memories of love, I didn't show you the other cards that came out for the challenges. Reminiscing, nostalgia, looking back, and sometimes when we look back, they say hindsight is 20/20, but sometimes when we leave certain situations that were karmic, or like, and not the karmic that's like good, okay, if you want to say good and bad, if that's the best way we can come to terms with that. Even that is based on perspective, of course, but you're reminiscing on the past and remembering. Sometimes you have challenges on remembering the bad stuff at times because you felt like it was so good. You get what I'm saying? Some of you are actually saying, you know what? This person wasn't good for me, and you tripping off how blind you were. And I heard rose-colored glasses. Okay? I'm getting rose-colored glasses as far as that. You tripping off like how much you gave, how much you compromised yourself. And that's dealing with your solar plexus as well as like, your boundaries, whatever that can deal with your sacral. Okay? Your attachment, that deals with your sacral, addictions, you know what I'm saying? As well as your heart space. If you have addictions, whether it's drugs, alcohol related, whether it's just partying or just overindulgence, you may have an issue as far as retreating and being in solitude. Because that's how, this is like the Hermit card energy. And so some of you are doing this, but in the meantime, the opposite may be at play, where some of you are tempted to do that. Okay? Because this is coming up as a challenge. On the flip side, I'm getting that there are individuals that are, for this reading, are not celebrating and rejoicing as far as being able to finally move on from a relationship, because you're still feeling the sorrow of the emotional separation of this person or circumstance. So, even I'm getting a job, say for instance, a certain job, as much as you knew you needed to separate from that situation, they may have had good benefits. The perks were probably top of the line. Being affiliated with a certain company or employer or whatever, like the accolades and all of that, people were like, dang, they got it going on. They're affiliated or connected with that type of business or company. Wow, impressive. So just like being able to have that recognition felt good. And it's like, if you were let go, or you separated from the company in whatever circumstances you may have done that, you may be having that feeling of reminiscing again, like tripping off how good it was, but not, having it in balance where, you know, there was times where you worked long hours. There were times where you had conflict with the employees, or where people challenge your authority. If you were, you know, had a certain position, you know what I'm saying, like higher ups or whatnot. Or if you were a regular employee, you know, without all the titles or whatever, people question, I heard integrity, or question your intelligence or whatever, or felt like you didn't belong or whatever. So instead of rejoicing in, you may be like, dang, man, dang, it was so good. But you got to have that balanced perspective, and again, use the awareness and intuition. Okay. I think I cleared that out for the most part as far as that is concerned. As far as the challenges, there's no need to clarify that. Let's do the heads up. Okay. Again, heads up is just a heads up on the energy. It's not something that has to happen. There's free will in place. If someone makes a decision, being aware of where it's going, they can make those changes. Okay. So here's the heads up. I feel that some of you that are actually like departing or separating yourself from relationships or circumstances that just don't fit, that you're actually improving yourself. Okay. And sorry, that is the garage. It is very loud because I'm right over the garage. So financial and material changes. Okay, material and spiritual prosperity. And prosperity begins. So it sounds like you're on the up and up, honestly. It sounds like you're on the up and up. 5, 6, 1. So 11, 11 may be significant. I see a lot of 5s and 6s. Okay. So, you know, go through your mourning stage. You know, we all have feelings. You know what I'm saying? We all have emotions. We're living a human experience. Go through that process. But I see nothing but good things from you. Sometimes what happens is we get in circumstances and we feel like we do not have the ability to persevere and get out of those circumstances. We rely on people, or we think we need to rely on people. And that actually is like a crutch. But I'm here to tell you that Spirit is saying that you have full ability to thrive without those individuals or those circumstances, that you're going up from here. Okay. So that's pretty much all I have for you. I see good things for you, you know what I'm saying? So be encouraged, you know what I mean? This will be posted no later than tomorrow morning, hopefully. And then I'll announce it on my IG too, if you follow me or whatnot. So that's all I have for you. Amethyst Goddess here from InAlignment Ministries. Be well, take care.